Hi everyone, welcome to another video. In today's video I am doing a illustration on tan toned paper, and I haven't done anything like this in a very long time. As some of you guys know, I did a drawing on this type of paper with Jack Skellington, and that's about it. So I haven't really touched this sketchbook in a very long time, so I decided to draw a Mandela on here, and I just mainly used mechanical pencils or any other pencils that had lead on them. And I didn't use any colored pencils because that's kind of the type of style I'm going with to draw on this notebook. Some of you guys have seen my previous Jack Skellington video. I just used pencils to draw him and add shadows and shade him a bit up, and that's kind of what I'm doing here. But with this one, there's really no light source that's coming from anywhere. It's just kind of like a mandala with some designs on them. Some of the spots are a lot darker than other spots. So when I started drawing this, I did my best to measure each, length and height of this notebook paper, even though it does say it on the cover. I still measured so I can kind of mark where the center of the paper is, and so I would be able to draw the circle, and that was the hardest part, is trying to center this mandala in the middle of this notebook. It was hard for me to draw the circles even though I had a stencil that drew the circles for me. It wasn't really a stencil, I still had to try and draw it by hand. If I had a stencil, it would be a lot easier than using the item that I did use to draw these circles. You guys kind of saw that in the beginning of the video, but that was a bit tricky for me to do, and then I ended up just adding some details. And of course, mandalas technically look like flowers, so I made this look like a flower as much as I could. In the beginning, I did just kind of, sketch out what designs I wanted to use, but then later on you will see me start to shade them in and kind of make the artwork pop a little bit more. So I did that, and you can tell occasionally I would have my sleeve kind of covering my hand. Most of the time I was using that sleeve to make sure I don't smudge the pencil lead on the notebook paper, because that's what happens when you draw with pencil leads. And so I just used my hoodie to kind of cover my hand, and then I ended up going with a piece of paper and then this plastic sheet that has all my marker colors drawn on it. I used that as well. You will kind of see throughout the video, but yeah, I thought this turned out pretty well. The one thing I would change about this is probably the way I drew it. It's a little bit lopsided and wonky, but that happens occasionally, so I can't really do anything about that. I would have to work on this literally for like weeks to make sure it's all even and perfect. And I don't know how some people can draw mandalas so perfectly. Like, it is really hard, but there's some people that can do that. So especially I see a lot of them on Pinterest. I mainly use Pinterest to look at art. I do occasionally go to Instagram, but Pinterest is kind of my go-to for art inspiration. So yeah, I've been doing that. This also kind of relates to my old series when I did the book sketchbook series, and that is where I would sketch in an actual book, a book that you actually read. So I stopped that series because I've had issues with people, telling me to stop drawing in a book, and then my own issues, meaning like I didn't want to do this series anymore, and so I kind of just stopped that. And I did explain that in one of my videos. I think it was the color and talk video, but I did explain that a little bit more. But I kind of wanted to still try and use just pencils for artwork, and this is what I started to draw. And I think it was, for me, I think the reason why I stopped doing the book sketchbook book sketchbook series is because there were words on there, so it was kind of hard to see the image, so I did have to take my time to make the artwork pop, and that just took forever, and so I kind of gave up on that. So now it's on tan toned paper and it looks really good, so I'm glad it does. And I'm more trying to go towards the vintage style of drawings in this tan toned paper, so that's what I've been kind of going for. And I mean, it doesn't really look vintage, so I know some people will be telling me, oh, that doesn't look vintage. Like, I know, I'm trying to slowly get to that so that might take a while. But other than that, hopefully I can draw more in this sketchbook or journal, whatever it is. It's a sketchbook, it's a journal, same difference. But hopefully I can draw in it more, because I feel like I need to do more illustrations that are more detailed, and that's what I have an issue of not being able to draw illustrations on a piece of paper. I usually do small tasks, like, you know, there's the sticky note series, and then just like small easy challenges, and I just need to make these videos a little bit longer, because they're usually about 5 minutes long, and I feel like that's not enough. That's what I'm gonna be trying to do. I mean, there's some videos that are like only 5 minutes long and you can't really do anything about that, like the sticky note series or the detailed art illustrations that I just started the series, and it just kind of it doesn't take a while for me to do them. It literally takes me an hour, maybe 2 at tops, to record that video, and then it does take me another hour or 2 to edit it and whatnot. So that is my goal for the next couple of, I guess, months, or however long I will be doing YouTube. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is really long. I know I'm trying to do 10 minutes, and also I'm trying to kind of still talk throughout the video, because I feel like I need to just explain things a little bit more and not record a voiceover, if that makes sense. But hopefully you guys enjoy it. I'm not going to be doing any more of those voiceovers where you see my face in the bottom of the screen, just because those take forever to edit, and I mean a very long time. With just recording my voice and not really my face, it's a lot easier because I'm using my camera. When I'm recording my face, I'm using my camera also to record my voice, and there's like a noise background when I'm trying to edit it, and so I can't tell if that's when I stop talking or if that's the what's that called, the heater in the background. So I just had to kind of stop doing that, because with these I do use a microphone, so it's really easy to tell if I have stopped talking or if I'm taking a deep breath or something. So I've gone back to using the microphone. It's much easier, plus January's coming in like 2 months, and I've been working on, well, less than 2 months, but I've been working on my videos for January, which I will be posting every single day in January, throughout January, for a month. So I will kind of explain that when we get closer to January. So that is also coming, and my dogs are just running around like crazy upstairs. That's great. Hopefully the mic cannot pick up that sound. Back to the drawing. I've added so much detail to this, and I feel like I could have added more, because towards the end you will kind of see, like, from starting from the inside of the mandala and going outward, like the inside is really detailed, but once I get closer to the edges of the paper, it just kind of, the details disappear slowly. It's just like random things. I don't know. You will kind of see, like here it's still pretty detailed, but I feel like it's not as detailed as it would have been, like it was in the middle of the mandala, if that makes sense. I could have added a little bit more, but that's okay. So yeah, and I used mechanical pencils and then just regular pencils that aren't mechanical, and I used those regular pencils to kind of darken some areas, and the mechanical helped me with those fine details. Like, it's really hard to tell in the recording, but I drew circles and then kind of did a cross hatch on the point that looks kind of like a triangle, and added circles, like I said, and it's really hard to tell. You will kind of see it towards the end of the video when I show you the finished art piece, so you will see that. And my computer keeps turning off because I'm not moving the mouse or anything, so it's just falling asleep on me. Like, don't do that, please. And yeah, I tried to do a few side views because I need to change the camera angles for you guys. I feel like just looking down at the picture, it just looks boring. I need those camera angles. circles. And like I said, as you can tell, the details on this kind of died down a little bit, so there's that. But other than that, I feel like I did a pretty good job on this. Like I said, the only thing I would change is probably, and there's my cat, of course, he just has to be on my table like always. Anyways, getting back to the video, the one thing I would change is again the portions of how I put the circles and whatnot. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like because it will let me know if you guys enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're new. That helps me a lot as well. We're almost at 500 subscribers, so thank you guys so much. That means so much to me. And also check out my Etsy shop. I have a link down below, same as with my Redbubble, and I just sell stuff that has my artwork on it, and I will be updating it soon, so stay tuned for that. So thank you so much for watching again, and I will see you in my next video.